I hope everyone's doing well today. Today's video will be looking at Bernard Manning, Britain's funniest comedian. Now, my understanding is this is a very controversial figure to some. The comedy, my understanding is, wouldn't fly today. How do I put this? I've been told by some that he's racist. I've been told by others that his jokes use the humor that was acceptable back in the day. So watch this with at your own leisure. Like, if you like this kind of stuff, cool. If not, cool. I've never really looked at him past one other video on the channel. So that being said, let's get into it, shall we?
Look at this scruffy cunt on the first row. Have you ever seen that? You make a good tramp if you smarten your fucking self up a bit. Where you from, this old fella here? Are you gonna... Uncle fucking Remus here. Uncle Fester.
Uncle Fester?
Them see-through wigs are very nice. Are they expensive? Look, you know. If I had a head like that, I'd be circumcised.
Damn.
What's your job? What do you do?
And so he's just starting. So I guess starting off, we're just getting him roasting the crowd, eh?
A painter? What do you paint?
Anything.
Anything? You want to paint some fucking hairs on your head?
Oh, damn.
Want to see Paparazzi last week? What a miserable cunt. He don't like you joining in, does he? There's two Jews walking through Glasgow and a big gang of these skinheads come walking towards him. He said, look at these bastards here, Morris, we're going to get mugged here. He said, I think we are. I said, I'm fucking sure we are. Anyway, here's that 600 quid I owe you. Fella up in court.
Bro, the setup on that joke. Yeah, okay, that wouldn't be acceptable today, but that's... We're about to get mugged. I'm pretty sure here's the $600 I owe you. So, oh, dear Lord. Only one of them going to be holding the bag, so...
The judge says you're charged with battering your wife to death with a hammer. And a voice at the back of the court shouted, you fucking shithouse. And they all went quiet, you know. He says you're also charged with battering your daughter to death with a hammer. And a voice at the back of the court shouted, you lousy bastard. The judge said, well, this can't go on. He says, come here. He says, I can understand you've been a bit upset about this case, but any more outbursts like this, I shall charge you with contempt. Now, what's the idea? He said, well, I lived next door to this bastard for over 20 years, he said. Every time I asked to borrow a hammer, he said he hadn't fucking got one. Them French, I don't
That was beautifully... Oh, Jesus. That was an awesome setup right there.
Them French, I don't fucking trust them, I'll tell you. I went in the cafe over there. I said, have you got frog's legs? He said, yes. I said, up in the kitchen and get us a fucking ham sandwich. Two girls on the cash out at the supermarket. One says, you can always tell the married fellas from the single fellas. How do you do that? He said, what's this? A fella come up. He said, one mushroom, one egg, one tomato, one slice of bacon, and one tin of beans. He said, you're a single fella, you aren't you? He said, how do you know that? She said, you're a right ugly cunt.
Well, that's an easy way of telling.
Well, I joined the Foreign Legions, you know. How do you get a fuck out here, all this fucking sand like this? He said, the camel, he said, shed number 6. I'll boot you for 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. He opened the shed door, this fella got stuck right over this camel, give it a right fucking. The sergeant said, you dirty bastard, why don't you ride into town like the rest of the fucking lads?
Lord have mercy.
The inspector going round one of these asylums, the fella stood up in bed like that. He said, who are you supposed to be? He said, supposed to be, you cunt, he said. I'm Napoleon.
I love that. Oh, Jesus. Okay. These days, you call people a cunt, and they want to start clutching the pearls. A lot of folks do. They do not like that word. I know men and women who hate the word cunt, and I'll be honest with you, I like it. I think it's a very, very, very useful word. Multiple different situations too. Whether you're joking on somebody, or whether you're pissed off at them, or whether you're just taking introducing them.
To be. He said, supposed to be, you cunt, he said. I'm Napoleon. He said, who told you that? He says, God. And the fellow in the next bed said, I never told you no such fucking thing. Fellow walked in a pub with a crocodile. The landlord said, get it out. He said, it does tricks. He says, tricks, you balmy bastard. Get that crocodile out of here. And now, move with the crocodile. He says, you're going to have a thrombosis, you, the way you're going on. He said, fucking hell, calm down. Not seen the trick yet, have you? Watch this. Opens the crocodile's mouth like that. Put his prick in its mouth like that. Got a bit of wood out of his back pocket and bang, right across the head. The crocodile went, fucking hell, he said, you've got some bottles to drop like that. He said, I told you it was good, he said. All that fucking screaming and shouting. Anybody in this pub like to try it for 50 quid? This little old woman says, I'll try it, she said, but don't hit me on the fucking head as I said that.
Yo, the setup on that one. Oh, bro, he is awesome with these setups for the punchlines. Like this, he's masterful at the setup for the punchline. Like it just makes it hit so much better.
Two Irish brothers went down for disability pension, cracking on to his death. The first one went in, he says, shut the door behind you. He says, right. He says, fuck off. He says, you're not fucking deaf. I've just asked you to shut the door. He shouted right and shut the door. Out! Get out! On his way out, he said to his mate, don't shut that fucking door. He's trying to trick you. His mate went in, he said, shut the door behind you. He says, shut it your fucking self. English fella lived next door. This packy had a goose. He laid egg in his garden. He went round. He said, I've come for me goose egg. He said, me goose has laid egg. He said, oh, no. No, the egg belongs to me, he said. The egg is on my land. The egg belongs to me. That is Indian law. He says, give us that fucking egg. He said, I'm telling you, the egg is on my land, the egg belongs to me. That is Indian law. You will never mind Indian law. We'll have English law just for a fucking change. I kick you in the bollocks, you kick me in the bollocks. The one that gives up first owns the egg. As long as that's the law, he says. Wouldn't he give me right kick in the bollocks? He said, oh, fucking hell, he said. Oh, that fucking smart start, he said. But it's my turn now. He says, keep the fucking egg. Fella going back to...
Yo, oh, I love that as, oh my goodness, bro, he is, okay, he's masterful with these setups, like those are, it's so good, and that one's a simple one, that one's there's variations on, but the delivery of it as well, his delivery is just so nonchalant with it, and I think one of the reasons why his stuff works to such great effect is the fact that his cadence is conversationalist, so you don't get these big, great dramatic, or we haven't seen yet any big, great dramatic pauses like you'll get from comedians. Like they give that pause, like, all right, be ready to laugh. It's almost similar. I don't know if you've watched stand up and you know what I'm talking about with the comedians that'll take and they'll go on. They'll start with a joke, give the setup, and then they give that pregnant pause that's the really that I'm about to give you a wallop of a punchline here. So it's almost like a laugh track for a TV show almost, because they give that pregnant pause to actually prepare the audience for punchline and laughter. Him is very conversationalist, and he just gets on with it. It's not a pregnant pause or anything like that. He's got more pauses, like miniature pauses throughout the telling of the joke. But I think it's because he's big and out of breath. Maybe that's just me.
Ireland, an Irishman going back to Ireland. That's a fucking change, isn't it? Got in this taxi at Liverpool. The taxi driver says, it's a long journey to the airport. He said, we'll have a few riddles. He looked in the mirror, he said, brothers and sisters, have I none, but that man's father is my father's son. Who is he? Yeah, he sort of said, I don't know. He said, it's me, innit? Fuck me, he said, you're right. He got off at twilight and he says to his father, I'll give you a bit of a riddle, he said. Looked in the mirror, he said, brothers and sisters have I known, but that man's father is my father's son. Who is it? His father said, how the fuck do I know? He said, you ignorant cunt. He's a taxi driver in Liverpool. Two Irish fellas used to knock about with his patty, and the patty got knocked down, killed stone dead. The copper said, what was his name? He said, we never knew his name, sir. Just used to booze them, you know. He said, where did he live? He said, no, we knew fuck all about the man, he said. The only thing we knew about him, he had two arseholes. He said, how do you mean? He said, every pub we went in, they used to say, here's that patty with them two arseholes.
And I'm just now realizing I didn't orientate things, so it might look a little bit different this go around. But the last two didn't hit as well as a lot of the stuff that was in the middle. The first one wasn't that great. The last two weren't that great, but through the rest of it, he's funny. I didn't hear anything that was like any out of sorts or anything that might take and cause somebody to clutch the pearls. But then again, these days, you sneeze the wrong way and people clutch the pearls because, well, that's just how they are. I enjoyed that, though. I enjoyed that. Very funny dude. His delivery on stuff and setup is absolutely just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Y'all be good to each other. Love yourselves. Peace.